Hello and welcome, everybody. I already see some of our crafty friends in the live chat. Hello and welcome. And I saw earlier Meg said I wasn't supposed to be here, but work got canceled. So yay. Awesome, Meg.
Yay.
Well, there's room for you to craft with us on camera if you'd like to if you'd like to join on camera. So feel free to pop on in. Today's episode is Crafty Fun with Friends. We are up to episode number 27. And in today's episode, we have decided that our theme that we're going to craft to is upcycling. That can mean a variety of different things. So it could be to take an object, maybe just a regular household object that was meant for one purpose, and then altering it and using it for a different purpose or giving it a new life, a new look. It could also mean taking something that is that maybe normally would find itself in the waste bin or the recycle basket and giving that some new life and incorporating it into a project. So, loosely speaking, upcycling, we're taking to mean, just use something that maybe you would otherwise toss and using it and repurposing it in a different way. So that's what we'll be doing today. And if you are watching and joining us live, firstly, thank you for joining. And I welcome you to craft along with us. And if you are, whether you are crafting live or crafting with us on replay, do join the Crafty Fun with Friends Facebook group and share your makes with us. And if you do craft live with us today, I can bring up your project, and that way we can all see what you've made before we close out the stream. And if you're catching us on replay, definitely enjoy seeing everybody's projects get posted to the Facebook group. So super excited to see everybody's creativity. Why are we clapping, Jay?
Oh, just
Just
for everyone's creativity.
oh yes, okay. Yes,
Like,
everybody's
what was
creativity.
it? Whatever the last stream we did together. It's like all the projects were just so cool. Like I was just blown away.
Pick, skip, or craft, right?
Yes,
Oh,
that one. I'm like,
yeah. I know there's so many. There have been so many. So welcome friends. I see Crystal's here, Meg is here, T is here, Don is here. I know Don and Jay were watching my earlier stream, so thank you, my friend, for spending your Saturdays with me. So I'm super excited. Let me introduce my guest today. So um Jay, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, where we can find you on the socials and all of that good stuff?
yeah, I'm mostly on YouTube lately. I've been starting to dabble in live streaming even more than I was before, but I'm mostly on YouTube and Instagram. It's Craft by Jay in both places. Instagram has underscores, I think, but um, yeah, I'm kind of excited for this challenge because after we did a background stream like forever ago, and after that, I've kept collecting tissue paper from crafty purchases because like it's really easy to collage with, but like the end results look super cool. Plus, I thought it would be very like Halloween appropriate because like it looks it like it has a lot of texture, but it also looks a little bit wonky. So I thought that would be pretty cool to play with.
Yeah, and plus the you have that really cool faux leather technique that you do with your tissue paper, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
So
like everyone who's gotten it's weird. It's like I feel like it photographs badly, but it looks really cool in real life. But
no, it
a
looks
lot of stuff is
beautiful
like that.
in your photos too.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Welcome Brenda. Thanks for joining. And I did put a link to Jay's YouTube channel in the chat for anyone who is watching live. I know many of our friends are there. There probably are already fans and subscribers of your channel. But for anyone who's catching on replay and might be new to Jay's um, Crafty channel, definitely check out Jay's YouTube channel. Watch a couple of his videos, and if you like what you see, give his channel a subscribe. And if you want to catch Jay on Instagram, he's there too. The handle might be a little bit different, but it's still Craft by Jay.
Yep.
So, so thanks for joining me. Now, I know Brian was supposed to join us, but I think he might be having some technical difficulties. I know internet is a little bit spotty where he is. So hopefully he can still join in. We'll see him pop in. Hi Kendra, welcome my friend. Thanks for joining today. And so hopefully he'll still be able to join us. But I'm excited for this crafty challenge as well. Do you, Jay, want to tell us a little bit? Do you have a plan for today, or are you just gonna wing it?
My plan is both, I guess, because I wanted to use. I got this paper in the mail yesterday, I think, and
Ooh.
it's the new one of the not too shabby Halloween collections, and it has this really cool page that just says spooky. So I'm thinking of
Mm.
cutting this into a card base and then either using this sort of like fleur de lis kind of pattern as like curtains around it, or maybe just play around with some of this. This is sort of like a warm gray kind of tissue paper. I think I got from Catherine Pooler at some point. Um, and I wanted to also maybe try out that bubble wrap stamping thing I've seen people do. So I have some bubble wrap because who doesn't have bubble wrap if you buy too many crafty things? So that's kind of my plan. So, but we'll see where it takes us.
Nice. Well, that's good that you're using things that, you would probably just recycle otherwise, and turning them into art essentially, because I think cards are each a little work of art. Oh, hi Cece. I think I missed you earlier. Get well soon, Brenda. I've had 3 ankle surgeries, so I feel your pain. Oh, I think I missed. Let me go back. Oh, Brenda says just laying around since I had ankle surgery on Wednesday. Oh no. So at least I
Ouch.
can watch crafting even though I can't craft today. Oh, well, I'm glad that you're getting some rest, and hopefully you have a nice full and quick recovery. So my plan for today is I have this bag. It's a gift bag. I think it's perfectly serviceable as a gift bag. But what I'm going to do is I have so my husband and I have some friends who are visiting us this weekend, and my friend asked me, "Oh, Lynn, can I print a photo? Do you have a photo printer?" Because I'd like to print a photo as a thank you to the friend who is dog sitting for us. And I was like, yeah, I have a photo printer, and I can even make like a little folio to present the photo in. And so I had a different plan for today, to still use this bag. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a little kind of a card with a little photo holder on the inside. And that way it can be a thank you card plus a little photo display thingy. That's my plan. Let's see. So, so much love for Brenda and sending healing energy. So sweet, Dawn. Oh, hi Cynthia. Welcome, my friend. We are upcycling today. So, taking stuff that might otherwise be considered maybe junk, I guess, and then giving them new life. So, oh, thanks, Meg. Thanks, that's a great idea. Go girl. Thanks. Oh, so tell us, Jay, about the this bubble wrap technique that you're doing.
Well, it's not very new because I think I saw Gina K doing it a long time ago. But the idea is you just basically take a chunk of bubble wrap and then you apply it to an ink pad, and what you get is you essentially get sort of a cloudy background, kind of sort of like a cloudy effect, because the part of the bubble part of the bubble wrap is going to pick up some ink, but because this is plastic, it's not going to pick up much ink, so you get kind of this. I don't know. It's kind of it's a really neat effect. I saw it. Um, when I saw it the first time, it was actually used on top of stenciling. So it gives you sort of a, like, because this isn't because this is applying really light things of ink, it gives sort of almost a watercolory effect. But today I just wanted to bring a little more, I don't know, Halloweenness into this pattern paper, because I wanted to kind of break up the white a little bit, basically. But I've never actually tried
Okay,
doing this, and I kind of like the effect.
nice. So it's kind of giving you some texture or adding some texture.
Yeah, I think so. It's pretty neat, actually.
That's cool. So I'm trying to, as carefully as possible, um hey, while you're doing that, are you spritzing with water at all, or are you just
I'm not. I'm
stamping
No, I'm just
direct?
like grabbing a light amount of ink, and then I'm just sort of moving it around. I think
Okay,
because the bubble wrap is so shiny is the wrong word here, but like
like
it doesn't pick up much ink. It kind of moves around pretty easily. I don't know. It's sort of interesting.
interesting. Okay, question for you, Jay, from Brenda. Where did you get that ruler?
This is from Amazon. Yeah, I grabbed it because it's a so one is deckled edge and one is sort of a wonky edge, and it's designed for ripping
Oh,
paper, basically for collage.
oh, fancy.
Well, the thing
That's
that's nice
cool.
about it is sort of well, we can play around with this. So like if I'm ripping this, it's very hard to know like how much I'm going to rip off, but if you use the ruler, it basically will always rip wherever the ruler is. So if you want like a specific size, it's nice for that. Like
Oh,
in this case, I want like some at the side, but I probably want to sort of at least keep the middle free so I can hopefully do something with ephemera. We'll figure it out.
okay, so it's you bring a little bit of order to the chaos of ripping because it's a more
Yeah,
controlled rip. Yeah.
right. I can show you. I mean, this is pretty messed up already, but um, basically, like, see, it'll rip pretty much where that is. So now I have like a wider piece, which is
Yeah.
kind of what I need for this particular idea.
Neat.
And then the
Cool.
idea is like I would apply it kind of like this, so you'd have like you'd still see the spooky, but you'd be able to kind of uh, I don't know, add more dimension to it, I guess.
Yeah.
Because my thought is
And
then
just
you
a
could
little
just
bit
put
more
a
interest. Yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't broken into them yet, so I don't know what all I have, but I have at least some cute witches, and I think there are other things here as well, but we'll find out.
Nice. Uh, Don says, Don says, you mean you're not making a Christmas card, Jay?
I am not, in fact, making a Christmas card today.
Well, you're very
And
jazzed for Halloween. So,
like, it's weird. Like, it's so hard to know who likes Halloween cards. So, like, it's oddly a Halloween, like I tend to send out cute cards if I send out cute cards, but like, wow, this is really kind of gnarly. Oh, there we go. It's just this part. Um, I really like the holiday, but it's also a holiday that I don't know. I always feel like there's some people who are really into it and others not so much. So I don't know. It's an interesting
yeah,
holiday
and
to try and do stuff around.
And we learned last stream that potentially there are some sensitivities around it too. So
That doesn't surprise me. I know some people who are not into it for like religious reasons, essentially, and
right,
like I get
yeah,
it.
yeah. Um, T says that she likes that slit down the middle of your ruler.
Oh, thanks.
That
I
must
think
be
it's
cool.
pretty.
Do you ever use that to cut as a cutting guide? I'm guessing that's what
No,
it's
but
there
I'm sure
for.
that's what it's for.
Yeah.
But that would be a. I could see how that would be a pretty cool thing. Um, well, we can just.
Okay. So I've basically disassembled my bag. So usually with bags, you can find the seam for where it's been glued together. So I just very carefully remove that. It doesn't matter if you've got like on the opposite side, like, some of the paper from where it was glued. If the front side still looks good, I can still totally use that. So I tried to be as careful as I could in disassembling this, and I will try to actually I have the wrong screen setups here, so let's do that and that. And so the other thing that I took apart was the handles. So the handles were attached with another piece of paper here. I don't know if I'll use this. This is just twisted paper. The handle for this. Sometimes your handle is like ribbon or something nice and pretty like that. So I don't know if I'll use this type of handle. It's almost like, popsicle sticks, like, or not popsicle sticks, lollipops, like that twisted paper. And so I don't know if I'll use that, but I definitely want to maximize how much of this paper I can use. And so I'll set that aside. And what I'm aiming to do is I'm gonna make this a 4x6 photo card folio, however you want to think of it. And so I've got my handy template here. This just measures 4x6. And I just keep a bunch of these in different sizes for mini albums and stuff like that. Oh, Dawn, yeah, that bag would be great base for your trifold. Yeah, you're right. It would totally be big enough to get like actually a couple different parts of it. So yeah, it's too bad I didn't think about that, but but I'm gonna run with this idea. What are you gluing and that you've got your fingers all into?
This is just paper Mod Podge, which basically saturates the tissue paper, and then you wind up with a more sort of distressed look. But because the tissue paper is so thin, it dries really fast, which I like. Like
Okay.
this section I did earlier is like getting very close to dry. And if you are a person who is more impatient, heat tools work as well.
Oh yeah, okay. That's a good tip. Um, are um you said the paper was that from Not Too Shabby?
It is.
Is that from what released today?
It is.
Oh, fancy.
It it's I don't know. There are a couple collections that released today, but I thought the witch one looked really neat. There's also one I don't have, which is Halloween donuts, which also is cool. If you were a fan of the summer donuts, it's like that, only Halloween themed. Which I don't know. I thought it was a pretty awesome idea.
Yeah, super cute. So this is the other reason why I wanted to make this today. I got this punch just recently and I haven't used it. So I'm eager to give it a shot. So it basically, let me just do it. Then you can see. It basically lets you cut slits
Oh
into,
wow,
yeah.
that is so
And
cool.
this is like super duper easy peasy way of doing like a photo holder for like a mini album page, because then you can just do this, like slide, slide, and it makes the corners look kind of cool too, I think, like that. So yeah, to tuck photos into, exactly, Meg. Yeah, Brenda says I want to order some of the not too shabby Halloween stuff. Yeah, they're all super super cute. um I didn't get the witch one, the witch set from Not Too Shabby. I got the cute one. I haven't looked either. So that is going to
Oh,
be
the cute
my
one comes with really good ephemera. Just not to be
don't tell me
horrible
that,
enable.
because I think I skipped the ephemera.
Oh,
Oh
but
no.
it's very watercolory if you like that look. So I mean,
Oh, I
I thought
do
it was
like
pretty
that
cool.
look. Oh.
Well, I'll have to send you some or something, because
No, I'll just buy it. I'll just buy it. Okay, so question for you, Jay, and for folks joining us live. Okay, so question for you all. I'm gonna do the base of my little folder, photo holder, in either this green, which I think is a really good match to the bag, or in blue, which is not a perfect match, but kind of close. So what are you guys thinking? Which look better? Oh, hi Brian. Brian's in the chat. Hi, my
hi
friend.
Brian, how are you? Hope you're well.
Um so there's a link to Brian's channel. I've got my helper bot posting links for me. So let me know, folks, what do you think looks better?
I'm biased.
I'll leave
This is
them.
my favorite green ever. So
Your vote's the green one?
yeah, but I also realize that like a lot of it is probably just because I really like that green.
Yeah. Yeah. It is a nice shade. T says both would be cool, otherwise green. CC says green. Meg likes the blue. Oh no, we're torn. 2 for blue, 2 for green. If we don't count Jay's vote for green, then it would be 3 for green. Oh my, what to do? Let's go with, I'm gonna go with the green, because there's like pops of green as opposed to the blue grid background. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. We'll go with green. And because Jay's my guest today, so we'll do we'll do what Jay is advising me to do. So I did cut my photo mat just so that I can start to kind of size, because this is like kind of how I design my projects that I design when I'm not following somebody else's tutorial. I just sort of do the parts of it that I know that I want. So for example, I know that I want this to be a holder for a 4x6 photo. So I did my mat with the amount of the border that I want. And so now I can kind of work backwards and figure out how big the little folio should be, just by kind of gauging, well, how much of this border do I want visible? So I think I'm gonna go with something like that on the inside, just so that there's a good amount of that green showing. I don't know what photo is gonna go into this folio, so the green may not be the best the best color to highlight it, but at least there's gonna be a white mat. And if I need to switch that with a black photo mat, then I can do that as well after the fact. I just won't glue it in right now. So that's about I know I was driving people crazy with my 16ths of an inch. I'll try to resist that urge, but I'm still gonna need eighths of an inch, folks. Oh, no, I'll go with a quarter of an inch. Okay, so this is 4 by 6, so I want 4 and, and a half, I think. And is that what I want? For measure twice, cut once. Oh, because this isn't 4 anymore. That's why.
Yeah, and didn't you say in one of your other streams about mini albums that you actually have like a bunch of like templates of standard size photos to sort of help you figure it out so it's easier?
Yeah, and that's what this is. The red. I have it out of red cardstock just so that I can, for exactly that reason. Because it's just so convenient to do that. Let's see. So I need this to go quarter of an inch. So this is kind of how I design, and then like I measure things after the fact. So I just like space things where I want them to be, and then I measure it where it ended up landing, and sometimes it lands at a 16th of an inch. So it just can't be helped all the time. All right, so let's see. Where did that land? That landed at 4 and 7/8. So I'll do another 4 and 7/8. This is like my design out loud session. Okay. So I think I'm ready to cut. So if anyone wanted to craft along with me, I'm cutting this at 9 3/4. Brian, give me a thumbs up whenever you're ready, my friend. All right. Yay, we've got Brian in the house.
Hi, Brian. Hello.
Oh, maybe we don't. I think he's frozen.
There we are.
Here he is.
Okay, awesome. We can hear you. Yay. How's it going, my friend?
Yep. Well, I overslept. I got dehydrated this morning, apparently, and I overslept. Woke up at like 4:15, and I started in a panic.
Oh. Oh. Well, I hope you're feeling okay now.
I am kind of, yeah. I mean, I got me some water to drink, so.
Okay. Well, if at any time you need to take a break, don't hesitate to do so.
Okay.
Do you have a plan?
Not only do I have a plan, I have a prototype as well.
Oh my. Wow. Show us.
It's a Christmas tree out of a book.
No way.
You could also do this out of a magazine.
That's
actually awesome. This is not a book. This is a hymnal. One of those hymnal books that I got like a dozen of.
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering because I see music. It looks like music sheets.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so cool. What a fun idea. Oh, that's a great upcycle project.
Yeah. I was thinking of upcycle project ideas like what I could do paper craft wise, and then I figured, yeah, I made carousels out of hardcover books before.
Yeah.
You strip the cover off and cut the pages in half. Like half the book is the carousel spine. Half of the spine, I'm sorry, is carousel spindle in the bottom of it. and then
Uh-huh.
the other half is the roof of it.
Oh, cool.
I've
Oh,
actually
that's a cool
made 2 or
idea.
3 of those
Oh, how
in the
fun.
past.
Well, that's so innovative. Cece
Mhm.
says, "That's cool, Brian." Yeah,
Thanks.
I have not brought myself to the point where I can destroy a book. I'll work
See, I
myself to
feel
that
like if you
point.
got them at like a tag sale or something and they were already mangled by children, like I wouldn't feel that bad about it. Like a little golden
Right.
book or something.
I feel
Yeah,
like that's
people make those in their journals.
yeah. I think that's where I need to start is like to intentionally to buy something with the intention to destroy it. And then I think I'll feel much more
Mhm.
comfortable doing that.
Well, this was
Oh yeah.
accidental, but I really like it. Like because the tissue paper is so fine, like once it got um saturated with the Mod Podge, like it's almost translucent. It's a
Hey, it's
really cool
see-through.
effect. It
Yeah,
is.
that's cool. Is it dry or will it
Yeah.
change some
I
more?
No, it should stay. It's pretty dry. It's still slightly sticky, but um I think it should stay that way. Although I want to bring a little more purple in because it seems a little overly gray.
That's pretty
Not that
neat.
I'm like opposed to gray, but
Yeah.
and I had a sparkly card base because everything needs a little sparkly.
Oh, fancy. Is that pre-made or did you make that?
No, it was pre-made because like I don't know how much glitter would get around my house if I tried to like make glitter paper myself. So I usually let Michaels make the glitter paper.
Yeah, I was about to say, where do you get pre-made glitter card bases like that?
Michaels or Hobby
Michaels?
Lobby, they both sell them, I think. Oh
Is
yeah,
it
that's
a
making me
printed glitter or
happier.
is it a glitter?
No, it's like real glitter. Um,
Yeah.
I'm surprised it doesn't flake more. I mean, it kind of does it every so often, but it's pretty well done. Um, if you ever use like art glitter glue and then just like slathered it on cardstock and put it in glitter, it's about that. It's not, it's a little bit of a finer glitter than like if you were using like a super chunky glitter, but it still works pretty well and doesn't get glitter in
Okay.
my house, which is good because I
Cool.
kind of had I don't know,
Oh, you're stamping
like
more onto.
yeah, I thought I wanted to bring some of the purple in because it seemed a little too much gray. Although I want to
Yeah.
get rid of that. Maybe I can do a little surgery on the edge here.
Do a little surgery.
Well, I just want to
What?
get rid of there's like a little hanging piece of, yeah, we can get that off. It's a, can I get that off without, yeah, yes I can. Ha 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 ha.
Nice.
Awesome.
Well
It's
done
like,
with the
can you
craft
get
master.
that off without like ripping half your card apart? Although,
Or like slicing yourself. Hey,
yeah.
this was cool. Brian, tell us a little bit about how you're doing what you're doing there.
Oh, that's really neat. That's like a,
Sure.
wow.
So basically, you got just 3 folds per page. You make a triangle fold, like so. Don't quite go to the spine.
Oh, why is that?
And then, huh?
Why shouldn't we fold all the way to the spine?
You can, but this will, give it more fluffiness, I guess you could say. If you
Oh, okay.
don't quite get to the spine, as you can see, I'm almost to the spine,
Yeah.
but not quite there. And then you make another fold, kind of like a triangle fold again. That one you can get a little closer to the spine.
Oh, I see. So
And then
yeah,
crease,
that was all the same page, right? You folded
yeah.
twice.
And then I crease the bottom of the page and tuck it under.
Oh, cute. Oh, so everything is flat and flush at the bottom.
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
Wow, that's such a creative project.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. And then, so what are you gonna do with that Christmas tree?
I'm just gonna keep it till Christmas time, put it out. I might
Oh,
even
is
do
it
that
like a little
before
bit,
then.
like a little bit of home decor?
Yeah. I don't know. I may try sell one or two of these before Christmas.
Good idea.
Oh, interesting. Brenda says, I've considered using a book from the dollar store for this kind of book folding or other crafting. I didn't know the dollar store sold books.
Mm-hmm. Dollar Tree does.
Oh, do
They have
they?
like whole book section.
Oh, I had no idea.
It's kind of just past craft aisle, I think. At least in
Like,
mine it is.
are they like soft cover, hardcover?
They're both soft cover, hardcover. You got crossword puzzle books, coloring books, like novels,
Oh, wow.
biographies, stuff, cookbooks, all sorts of stuff.
Oh, so a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
That's so
One
cool.
time I got a book that's regularly priced at I think about $17. Got for $1.
Wow. So it actually is still $1 then. It's not one of those
Mm-hmm.
like you
Right.
know how there's some things that are like not $1, but they're at the Dollar Tree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, neat. That's kind of cool. Let's see. So I think I want a layer. Let's see. I am. Oh, okay. So Brenda says, Brian, you could ink the edges of the folds. Oh, yeah. That would be an
Yes, I
idea.
was thinking about that too.
Cool.
You know, I could get one of my blending brushes and do that.
Oh, yeah. That would get you a nice kind of that vintagey sort of look.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi Heather, welcome. Sorry, late. Family was playing a board game. Oh, I'm big into board games. What game were you playing? Oh, interesting. So Cynthia says vintage cookbooks and dictionaries are fun to work with. Lots on
Yes.
eBay and thrift stores. Thrift stores, that's a good place to go find some of these fun supplies to craft with. So great suggestion. Let's see. Oh, I can't tell what Jay's up to. What are you up to, Jay?
Well, I'm breaking into the ink everybody told me I should buy.
Oh, what ink is that?
It is Vintage Photo,
Oh, yeah.
Oh yes.
which I've never used, but I wanted to like ink edge the edge of this to sort of, because I just sort of hit this with a bunch of stickles to add some stars, and I'm letting it dry to see if I want to do more stuff to it or not. It came out like way grungier
I
than
love
most
my
of my
Vintage
cards
Photo.
do, which is interesting. I've never used it, but it's like you keep hearing about people who are like, "Oh my god, I love it! It's the best thing ever." So I was like, I'll pick some up because it was on sale at Michael's.
Oh, nice. Well, that's always a good time to experiment with something new when you can get it on sale.
Well, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Halloween's pretty good time for all this stuff too,
Yes.
because it's sort of like if it looks strange, then you intended it. Wow,
Right.
That's really good. That's really good saturation. I'm impressed. And I never use distressed inks for anything, so that may be why I'm impressed by like, wow, this is looking really cool.
Oh, do
I
you
don't know if it
not
reads on camera.
you I didn't know that you didn't use distressed inks.
No, I'm very pro Catherine Pooler and have been for a long time. So I have I have so much Catherine Pooler ink. I just never have like looked at other inks that much outside of inks sometimes there are inks I want for like, I don't know, like an embossing ink or something where you want it for a very particular purpose. But no, I have a ton of distress inks I don't use for anything. So today is the day we will try using one. And it came out kind of perfect. So I can't
Nice.
complain.
Well, that's
Although like all
good.
my, I don't know, all my cards seem to be during Halloween always seem to come out a little on the more vintage side, but that's probably fine.
I usually think of you as more of a like clean look sort of crafter.
I
So
am.
yeah. So do
So
you
I
bring
don't
out your
know.
grunge for for
I think it's just like Halloween is like such a easy like collaging on Halloween always makes sense to me because it's sort of like, I don't know. You think of like spooky mansions and I don't know, other things of that nature where it's like, I guess you think of sort of like old and decaying things. So that's kind of why I go that way. But I mean, I'm sure I'll make a absolute ton of like cute cards too.
yeah. Well, it's nice to see you like do like something a little bit more distressed and a little bit more grungy and messy.
And just to gush for a minute, like how cute is this little Batgirl? I mean,
Aww. Yeah. I love I didn't get the witches just because I
we can talk
I
about
don't
the cute
have
cat if you want.
yeah. I'm kind of in your boat where I just never know who I can send. Who I would
But I
send
mean,
out.
like these ghosts. I mean, come on. Who
Yeah.
wouldn't want that?
Oh, you're making me. You're such an enabler, Jay.
Sampling Up's gonna have some good stuff for Halloween this year too,
Really,
Ooh.
I thought they were one
and
of those brands that
Christmas.
didn't really. Well, Christmas I thought, but I didn't realize they were. I thought
Yeah.
they were one of those brands that kind of avoided Halloween.
Well,
Maybe not.
I got some Halloween stamp sets from the past, but they like try
Oh,
to
that's
blend
good.
their Halloweens in with fall and Thanksgiving, though.
Oh, I mean that kind of makes sense. Like the stuff
Yeah,
that's more like the
the
pumpkiny,
fall
more fall
holidays.
adjacent. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when should we start looking for that, Brian? Is there a date?
Well, the new mini catalog's supposed to come out on September 6th. That's
I
when it
just got mine in the
debuts.
mail. I already got some mini
Mm-hmm.
catalog in the mail today. I don't know if it's that one or not.
Cool.
Now I'm kind of curious as to what it actually is, but
Yeah.
oh, I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll have a picture of a couple cards on the front. It'll say mini catalog, September
Yep.
through December 2023.
Let me grab it. I'm not sure what this one is. As we're being awful people and enabling each other with
I
products we
know.
don't need.
Yes, we're awful.
Well, that's what you guys know. I've said this to you all behind the
Yeah,
scenes. I
that's
feel
what this
like
one is.
the danger of these live streams is that we enable each other, just like those of us crafting
Yes.
on camera.
Oh, you're right. Oh, that is cute. Okay.
Jay's
looking at
already
it
shopping,
anymore.
folks.
No, I just flipped through it and I saw like these like cute. I really like cute Frankensteins because I just colored a whole bunch of them. Okay, putting the catalog down. But
Okay, you can browse. You can browse.
like,
I love it. Don, what
Wow.
I missed when you posted this. Take a poll in my group for what? What are we polling the group? Because I'm happy to do it. I wasn't looking up when you posted this, so I don't know I lost the context of what we were talking about. Patty says, I love Halloween, but never send cards during the time. I wouldn't say no to a witch card. Oh, okay. Super cute ghosts are my favorite. Love that paper. You just showed, Jay. I think that was the cute one, right? The cute.
It is. It's the pink and cute, and the
Pink.
ephemera is really good. I mean, I say that every time I look at. I like ephemera a lot, and I basically only buy it from Not Too Shabby and Spellbinders. But like, I think this particular pack is good because it's very watercolory, which is a really cool look.
Yeah. Let's see. Actually, Don, thank you for the suggestion. So Don said that I should take a poll in the group to see who likes Halloween. That would be good because then maybe that will be a nice list of who I can send Halloween cards to.
Yes.
Two birds with one stone that way. Okay, so what I didn't take note of when I cut that first bit of my bag, which I'm basically using as pattern paper, is I actually cut this through a fold, and I don't want that fold to be visible. So I've got this nice big section here that's going to be long enough, but I want to save this border here because I'm thinking maybe I might be able to use that on something else, or so I want to keep that piece as long as I can. So I'm just going to preserve that little bit and set it aside. And then I'll get a nice uncreased section of this. I'm glad Cindy's not watching. She gets nervous when I guillotine on my live streams.
See, I think the craft knives are way scarier from like a will you mangle yourself standpoint.
Yeah.
Although O'Brien has like those finger blade things that I probably would
Yes.
also feel that way about, where I'd be like, yeah, about that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of a weird thing to be freaked out about on a certain level because it's sort of like a sharp blade is probably a lot safer than a less sharp blade.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, you want to always be crafting with a sharp blade because
Look at the screen, Jay.
Oh, yep.
I have that too. I love it. It does give you
Yep.
more control. The more you can choke up on your blade
Mm-hmm.
and safely hold it, the more
Whoever said
control.
that with a cutting guide is a genius.
Yeah.
That was a gift from the Posh Paper Lady.
Oh, so sweet.
Because she loves using hers.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's like anything else where, like, you know, once you figure it out, it's a little, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I totally for sure agree with that because, like, I think once you get used to anything new, it'll just be a lot easier. But you know, I always I always use my big utility box cutter for my my craft knife of choice, and I know that makes people nervous when I do that live.
I mean, it seems like it wouldn't be any more dangerous than any other X-Acto-ish blade.
Yeah, it's actually less dangerous because I feel like, especially since it's so easy to change out the blades, and they're inexpensive to change too. Because a lot of times, you know, you might feel like, oh, the blades are so spendy, you want to kind of use them, you know, for as long as you can. But it's better to just keep a sharp blade in there all the time and change them out more frequently because when accidents happen, it's more likely because, like you said, Jay, it's a dull blade that's requiring that you put more force than you should need to, and the more force you apply, the more likely of a slip.
That makes sense.
But if your blade is nice and sharp, it should cut through it like butter. And the effort you're exerting isn't to cut through the material, it's to actually like control where the cut is happening, and that it's only happening on the paper. So yeah. So I do think that there's something to be said for just your handy old box cutter. Oh, where's my... I'm making a mess here, folks.
Yeah, same. But it's okay.
Okay, I'm glad.
Everything's water soluble.
Yeah. So how many pages do you have to fold, Brian, for your complete, like, a really nice fluffy tree like that?
It depends. Just as many as you want until you can't really get any more folding done. The video I saw this was 120 pages, which equals 240 readable pages. So if you gotta have at least about 240, 250 page book.
Oh my.
You know, like numbers front and back.
Yeah, okay.
So that'll be like I said, about 125 actual pages.
Oh.
One side.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Are you going to be able to finish that during the stream? That's a lot of folding. It would take me a long time to do that.
The songs are
yeah, it's a good
numbered,
project to maybe do in front of the TV too.
Just started that other one this morning.
Oh yeah? Oh.
Yeah. I actually did that this morning.
Oh wow.
The other one.
Very cool. Oh, interesting. He says hot glue guns are scarier to me. Ask Brian about that. Brian, tell us about that. What did we miss?
Okay. I was doing a live stream one time making a Christmas tree with rosettes.
Rosettes.
I believe T was in that live stream watching, and all of a sudden I was trying to glue one of those circles onto one of the rosettes, and I got second-degree burn on my finger.
Oy.
Yes.
That's no fun.
Looking back, I'm laughing about it.
I'm
so
sure
I calmly excuse myself. I go put some water on it, get the hot glue off. Then I come back and say, well, I gotta go.
Oh no.
You're like, I have to go to the ER now or something.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh. Yeah, sorry for that. That does not sound pleasant at all.
I know.
You're like,
I did
you
not
don't tell me.
I don't believe I cursed.
I
tried my best not to.
You. Well, that's composure, my friend.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, that's like hot glue. I rarely use it, but for things like rosettes, they are the best thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
really, as far as I've seen so far, they're the only thing.
Yeah, because it just takes too long for anything else. Unless you really have the time to just let it sit there under some weight.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's so much tension in all of those folds. It's just going to... The hot glue is so good. Yeah. Well, that doesn't sound like a good experience at all, but
nope.
I'm glad you can laugh about it now, though.
Yeah, it's a good story.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nothing else.
Yeah, I'm okay not having I survived the hot glue gun story. I I don't need a glue gun war story. Okay.
So I'm going to bring you back to this one real quick.
Okay.
Speaking of hot glue, I did hot glue the spine along here.
Okay.
I did not have to do that. I chose to do that just to make sure, that it stayed all nice and everything.
That is such
And
a
yes,
cool
it will
thing.
look. Thank you.
Excellent.
And the person I learned this from, she put a coffee can lid or a peanut butter jar lid, glued that to the bottom of the tree to make it look like the trunk.
Oh,
Oh, that's
so
clever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Innovative. That's so
This is the same person I learned how to make that carousel from.
Oh, cool. The so is it an option to leave it so that it can still fold flat again, or are you gluing it permanently so it stays dimensional?
Well, you don't have to glue it permanently because it should stay dimensional on its own.
Uh-huh.
But I just did that just to make sure because I cut the book apart where a little too soon, apparently,
Oh.
and it didn't quite look as full as it could have.
Oh, interesting. Okay. That's a good tip.
Yep. But the spine of the book will curl around as you keep on going on its own.
Okay. Interesting.
Yep.
That's so cool. I can't remember if you said the person who inspired your creation today. Did you say, just so we can throw some love their way?
Okay, so it's a channel called Crochet with Allison.
Oh, how fun.
She's been doing crochet projects a lot. Last time she uploaded was today.
Oh, okay.
It was a
Nice.
crochet project, but she had one of those things for book folding for a little while.
Oh, okay. So she does a little bit of everything then?
I guess so, mainly crochet.
Okay, so it is mainly crochet then. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fun. So crochet with Allison. If anyone
Mm-hmm.
wants to
I have never learned how to do that, but it looks really like it would be a handy thing to know how to do.
crocheting can be fun.
Yeah.
I think it's easier than knitting. For sure. I get hand cramps when I knit. So that's the main thing that I have. Like, I love the finished product, but it's just getting there is so, it's a journey. Alright,
Yeah, I'm sure it's one of
so
those things that, like, I don't know. If you're really good at it, you can do while doing other things, like watching TV or whatever.
oh, I've never been able to do that. I really have to like focus. I've never gotten to that level of either knitting or, crochet. The tough thing, knitting too, I think, is that there's a lot of like numbers because you follow a pattern, and so there's a lot of like remembering what stitch number you're on in your
Oh, I see.
pattern. And then it's numbers going like across the row and also like the columns going that way too on your project. So that's why I can't multitask with with crocheting or knitting because I would lose track of the numbers so fast.
Yeah, like I seem to remember seeing patterns for one of them where it's like just count this many and then repeat that, do that for so many rows, and it's sort of like I'm impressed people can sort of do that while like watching TV and other stuff.
Yeah, me too. And it's crazy because I know that there are tools that help you track, but but you still have to like use it correctly for it to be helpful. Those
Yeah,
tools.
no, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Do
So
you like do you like the Batgirl or the Witch Girl better? I can't decide.
let's ask the chat. Chat, let's see. I'll throw you up on the big screen. Oh, the Batgirl or the Witch Girl is more cutesy.
Yeah, I used the Witch Girl for like the first one. Well, I use there's like a light skin tone and a dark skin tone. I used the dark skin tone one on the first card. So I was
Cute.
leaning towards the bat, but I really think I don't know. I feel like the size of this one like makes more sense like flying next to the moon, you know.
Oh, well, that's a good point, knowing where it's gonna
Hmm.
go. But we've
But I
got
mean,
some
you could
votes for
also like
Batgirl.
have a Batgirl flying in front of the moon, and I assume wishing you happy something.
They both work. But T
They
says
do.
love the
I just
bat. Meg says Batgirl, please. Cynthia
okay.
says Batgirl is cute. So
Okay, well, I guess we'll do her then. I like.
yeah. Oh,
Yes,
but
I like
Cece,
Batgirl as well.
yeah, Cece does say that the witch does go with the moon, though.
Yeah,
So
I don't. I don't know. I'll have to figure out who designed these and ask them what like the story behind the Batgirl is. Like, who is she, and like, does she fly at the moon? Like, is she like a variant of a witch, or is she a whole different sort of like, I don't know, Halloween species of creature?
yeah. I like that there's a little
She
bit
looks
of like,
kind of like a cutesy gargoyle to me.
I guess that's true.
oh yes,
Yeah, that does
yes,
You
make
I
know
can
those
sense.
see that.
gargoyles?
We'll definitely use her, but yeah, no, that makes sense. And I see why
Yeah,
people like this vintage photo because I used it on the edge of the moon, and it really adds a lot of
yeah,
texture. Except it's not reading on camera, which is too bad. But in real
yeah,
life,
but
trust
Hmm.
me, it's adding some cuteness.
we'll see it in the photos though when you post. I can
It's
see
true.
a little bit of that come through on camera, but the
Yeah,
photos
it's just
will,
kind of like the way these shots are. It's like they just like flatten the card down more than it is in like real life. But that's
yeah.
fine. That's why we have
Um,
photo boxes.
yeah, she's cute, and I like that it's cute, but a little bit kind of gothy, sort of.
Yeah,
So
it definitely has sort of a gothy vibe.
yeah, so I like that it's still a little bit cutesy, but also, like, I wouldn't say dark, dark, but, a little bit of attitude, which I kinda like. Something different. It's good for
I agree.
Halloween.
This is kind of like it's not what you'd expect
Mhm.
as much. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm biased. I expect this from Not Too Shabby, right? Like I expect the cute ghosts and the pumpkins and everybody's like,
Yeah.
having a
Hmm.
neighborhood Halloween party and bobbing for apples. But
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. It's and that's why I like
Have
that.
y'all caught that live stream today?
which one?
Which one? The Not Too Shabby one?
Did y'all catch Jamie's live stream today? Because, yeah,
I did
I
not.
didn't.
I was watching
that was today,
Marla.
I think, that she
It
did a live
was.
stream.
Yep.
Oh, he is
Oh,
cute.
okay.
Yeah,
I did not
I
watch
missed
it
it
because I
'cause
was sleeping. I was
yeah,
out of it.
yeah, I missed it 'cause I was streaming. So, that's my
I'll
excuse.
definitely have to check it out. She did a sneak
Gotcha.
peek for her channel
Yep.
members earlier this week, I think, which was
Okay.
cool.
Hmm.
A
I
member
mean,
stream?
yeah,
Nice.
which I don't know. I always kind of enjoy those a lot. Oh, this is interesting. It's like this one went very vintagey too, because it's like you can see the vintage photo sort of permeated the paper.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
kind of a neat look.
yeah, that's the tissue paper on the 2 sides. That's
Yep.
cool.
Well, I was sort of like, I had the idea of like you're looking out the window and you see like a witch or a Batgirl or something.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
I'll have to make
Uh,
just a cute card because why not?
Very cool. Okay, so Yvette says crocheting is way easier than knitting. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. T says crocheting is not a visiting hobby. Lots of counting. Yep. If you are like me and lose count, it can be frustrating. Yes, I agree because it doesn't look right if you're off. So I totally agree that, and sometimes you don't know you're off, and then you have to like undo if you really want it to look right. Cece says my 2 daughters have crocheted clothing. Oh, that's so amazing. Dawn says I crochet, knit, and tat. Oh, what's tat? Tell us more. Oh my gosh, yeah. Dawn says that she can do both while watching TV. That's amazing. Hi Cordelia, welcome. Oh, Yvette says I made 3 baby blankets when I was pregnant with my youngest while on bed rest for 5 days, almost 30 years ago. Nervous energy helped me to crochet at super speed. Oh, that's amazing. Cordelia says hi to you guys too, by the way.
Hi, Cordelia.
Hi, Cordelia.
Oh, hi. Be creative with Miss Judy B. Welcome, my friend. Miss Judy B was on my in the live chat on my earlier stream this morning. So welcome, Judy. Thanks for joining. It's like spending a whole day with you, Jay, and Dawn. You all are so great. Oh, lots of love for how your card's coming together, by the way, Jay.
Oh,
Meg
good.
says she likes it. She likes it.
I have no idea.
So
What? Yeah.
lots of fun. Okay, so I'm gonna make, so this is gonna be a thank you card. So I'm putting this is like probably my favorite scripty sentiment from and it's from Cat Scrappiness. Look how big that is in my hand. And this
Wow.
is an unusual card size. I'm gonna have to make a custom envelope for this. It's 4
Mm-hmm.
4 and 7/8 tall by 5 and 7/8 wide. And so it kind of fits
I'll
really
make
nicely.
Yeah, you could do that, a 5x6 envelope with the envelope punch board. Should fit in
Yeah.
it.
Okay. I think I'm just about done with what I can do with this little folio holder because I'm gonna actually
Mm-hmm.
wait until so here's where we're at. I used the upcycled gift bag and so that I used to decorate the front of my card. I've got a white panel here so that my friend can write a message. And then at the bottom here, I'm gonna put a photo mat that he can slip his photo into. But I want to actually
Cool.
see the photo first to see if a black mat would look better with the photo that he wants to give, because he wants to give the photo as a gift. So I don't want to glue the thing down. That way,
Yeah.
this folder makes it easy for the person getting it, that they can just take it out and then do with it what they want. So I'm gonna actually save the this last part of gluing the mat down to the card for later, and maybe I'll go ahead and do what you suggested and make a envelope.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh, thanks, Meg. Meg says, that's a great thank you. And yeah, I love love that die. It's so, and it's got the shadow. It's got the shadow layer behind it too. But the font itself is big enough where, like, you, depending on just what you're putting it on, I think it would work just fine on its own as well. But it's nice to have that as an option. So love it. Okay, so
You want supper?
all right, so I do have the We Are Memory Keepers all-in-one. I also have the envelope maker, but I don't want to search my craft room for that. So this does make envelopes. And
Oh, is that the works? I'm curious how to make envelopes on it. I'm assuming it's kind of like how you make tags.
yeah, I'll show you. It's pretty similar. I'm just looking up the measurements for, oh, this is going to end up being, oh, yeah. I think this is maxed out at 4.5 by 6
Oh.
in terms of, oh, no, wait, I can still keep going. Never mind. Hold on. Go to the next column, Lynn. Keep reading. Oh, 6 by 7. Is that what we said this was? Around 6 by 7?
5 by 6. You
5
said
by
it's
6
4 7/8 by 5 7/8.
by 6 and 7.
I thought that. Oh, okay. 5 by 7 then.
Oh, so it'll fit in a 5 by 7. So I don't actually need to
Yeah.
make an envelope. Oh, well then, done. Deal. I have 5 by 7 envelopes. Well, I don't actually have to make an envelope then. But
That's cool.
yeah, I was like, well, that kind of worked out. Why did it seem so complicated before? I'll still show. Oh, Cece posted already. Oh my.
Wow.
Yay. Okay. Thank you for reminding me, Cece. I did miss it. Okay. Awesome, my friend. Let me pop on over. I didn't expect anyone to be done so soon. Let's see. That's so awesome. I hope everybody's weekend is going well.
Yep. I'm actually going back after church tomorrow to my hometown, visit my niece, my new niece, and my other niece,
Oh,
Aw.
hooray.
and family in general. And I'm going to go visit my best friend that lives there, and he's in a nursing home and hospice right now. So,
Oh,
bad.
sorry to hear
yeah.
that. But I'm glad that you get to go back and visit, though.
Yeah.
So that's always tough. Okay, so let's take a look. I've got Cece's card up. Oh, look at that. So Cece
that is
says,
cool.
I had the same idea as Jay. That is to use bubble wrap. Oh, check that out.
I like it.
Look at that texture.
I like that.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I like that you stamped it in different colors to make that background. Purple and orange, they go so well. Have a spooky good Halloween. Oh, I love that. That's awesome. It's so amazing.
Jay, what are you using for your card?
For which thing?
For your card? I mean, what upcycle product are you using? I hadn't caught
I'm
that
going to do
yet.
some bubble wrap on here. Because I was just making a cute card, but I'm like, I need to do something a little upcycled. So I think I'm going to ink
cool.
over it. And then This one is
You know what
the
you
other two
could
are using the
do?
tissue paper, which is cool.
Take cardboard. Yeah. You know, you could tear the top off a cardboard box and stamp it, put some ink on it, and stamp it on some cardstock. Get a corrugated look to it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I've done that before.
Wow.
I have
Really?
definitely done that before. It looks pretty cool. You don't have to do like the whole page like that.
Yeah.
It's like maybe have like a section of it.
That's a good idea. Maybe I'll do that because I have a section of this card that the pattern paper didn't go down where I wanted it to. So it's not even, but if I put something across the top,
Ah,
that's
a good save.
well, I could probably upcycle some of the mini scraps on my desk too. Oh, I could do like a stripe thing. That would be fun.
Yeah.
If
Lots
I
of love for
have-
Cece's card. He says, cute, great card. Awesome, Cece. Love the bubble wrap texture. Yeah, fabulous.
Okay, I like that.
Okay, so just for Jay, I will show. I don't need to make a custom envelope, but let's make one anyways. Let's do 4 and let's do 4 by 6 because I know I have stuff that card bases that are 4 by 6. So for anyone who doesn't have like an envelope maker, they all pretty much work similar to this, where you'll see the size of your card and then it will tell you what size paper to cut to start your envelope. And then there'll be a third number that is referring to the measurement along this diagonal track here. So if I'm going to make an envelope for a 4 by 6 card, it's telling me I need to start with a piece of paper that's 7 and 7/8 by 7 and 7/8. And normally when I make my envelopes, I don't use cardstock. I like to use like a nice, slightly nicer than just like your like super thin copy paper, maybe like a digital copy paper that's still lightweight. And that's my paper of choice for envelopes. So I've got my piece that's 7 and 7/8, and then the alignment guide here says to line it up at 3 1/4. So if you have the all-in-one tool, as I do, this like little guide here tells you if you're making an envelope or a tag or a banner, where to line it up with your base. So this says envelope on the base itself. There's an envelope, and so you just line up those 2 arrows. And then you use the number that they state, so 3 1/4. And what that's referring to is this number along here. So
okay.
Yeah, along, because you need to score diagonal lines is essentially what is happening. And so you line that edge there, and then where you're scoring is actually the edge of this guide. So it's at the 2-inch on the all-in-one. And then you rotate 90 degrees, and here it says score guide. So basically you want to just line up your previous score line. I'll just fold it. So you line up your previous score line with the scoring guide here. There's like a horizontal line. And that's going to set this at a different spot. So don't worry about that. But you always want to score along the edge of the tool, the guide. template. And you do that on all 4 edges. And then you'll pretty much have an envelope. There's just a couple of punches. The punch board itself is a little bit different, but the premise is the same in the sense of it's going to be one of these diagonal deals for how to how the envelope is formed. And the all-in-one has some punches. So if you're making an envelope, there is an envelope punch here that does the inverted notch. So you just center that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it makes it so that when you fold this, it takes away that excess paper where the paper would overlap. And so you end up with that J, like that little notch is what that envelope punch did. And that way, when you fold this, there's not like a whole bunch of excess paper in that corner there. And that's pretty much the envelope done. All you need to do is just glue the flaps. So there's 3 flaps that form the pocket, and you just put a little bit of glue where they overlap, and then you've got your flap for the closure. And there's a thing, I think, to do a corner rounding on
Oh
this.
yeah, I think there is a punch for that built in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is that on here? Oh, that's on the opposite side of this. So the reverse notch, you go on the other side and you can notch that out. Oh, I didn't line that up super good. So like, I don't always use all the functions of my all-in-one, but it's nice that it's all here. So that's why I got it. But
well, I gotta get going. But before I do, here is another suggestion. If you have a hardcover book, divide the book into quarters. So basically, you want to have like 120 pages, 120 leaves, I guess you could say, which is 240 readable pages. Just divide that in half, and then that'll be like 240. Like start at page 120, go back to page 60, for instance, folding, and then again to 180, if that makes sense. And then you can leave the cover on, and you can decoupage stuff
oh,
to the left and to the right. It'll look kind of like this, except there'll be pages like that on the left.
oh, neato.
I should have done that too.
That's kind of cool. That's a nice alternative.
It would stand on its own as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
How fun.
That is
Well,
a good
thank
idea.
you for showing us such a fun project. I've never seen that before, so that's awesome. Very cool.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Anytime, my friend. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Okay, you too.
All right. Bye.
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 Let's see. What am I missing? I am embossing cleanup sheets. Oh, wait. Cleanup sheets. Like dryer sheets? Is that what they are? Let us know. Yeah, that's handy. The teeth interlocking. Yeah, it really is. It's well designed. It's why I was really curious to get that new Sizzix scoring tool. But I already have this, and I feel like this already does like a lot of different things and serves a lot of different purposes. And the thing with the Sizzix one that just came out, I don't know if you saw it, Jay. Have you seen it?
I don't think I have.
It's so Sizzix has a new like scoring tool out that is it's kind of neato because it has the okay, so you know how I was showing you the this thing that lets you score at like this angle here?
Mm-hmm.
So first off, this is like another little doohickey that you know is completely detached from the tool itself. So maybe I could lose this. But second, like I have to position it in a certain spot, and also it's only at this angle, which is 45 degrees. The new scoring tool that Sizzix came out with, it actually has an arm that is like anchored onto the board.
Oh,
And
cool.
yeah, and it's like
And then
this,
you can
Jay,
do
it's
like
like it
any.
swings. Yeah,
Oh, so you
and
can
you
do
could put it
any
at any
angle.
angle.
That is that is pretty slick.
Yeah, right? I mean, I don't know when I would ever use it at a different angle than this, but I just like the idea of being able to.
Yeah, yeah, same.
You know what I mean? Because once you know you can, then the ideas will go. Sometimes I feel like my thinking is sometimes constrained by like the tools that I'm familiar with, but if I had different tools, you know, I might come with up with different things.
Yeah, that totally
So
makes sense.
yeah. Yeah, Cordelia saw it. I watched the video on Sizzix. Yeah, it's um by the way, if anyone is interested in that. Oh, T did buy it. T, you're gonna have to let us know when you get it because I know Meg got it too. Both of you, I'd love to know what you think of it when you actually get a chance to craft with it. Is if everyone is interested in it, the scrapbook.com has a sale. I think it retails for 65, but they're selling it for 46 or something in that neighborhood until the end of August.
Ooh.
So, um, so there's I'm hoping T and Meg will get theirs soon and they can let us know uh, before the sale ends at scrapbook.com.
Well, I could kind of see that being useful if you did a lot of 3D projects too, where you needed like very
Yeah,
specific
yeah,
storylines.
for sure. And then there's like I don't know. I just haven't had time to think about it. But I just think it would be kind of neat to have.
No,
That's how
I
I talk
agree.
myself into buying things.
Yeah, I feel that way about a lot of the like paper Christmas ornament 3D stuff. Like Scrappy Tales has done them, and I think Spellbinders has done them recently. And it's kind of like
Yeah.
that would be really nice. It would be really a really cute gift to give to everybody. And then I'm like, you sort of do the time math on it, and you're like, one of these would take me 5 hours. So like granted, if you're doing a bunch of them at once, it wouldn't be that way. But it's still sort of one of those
Yeah.
things that you're like, maybe
Oh,
they'd
wait.
like.
T's gonna get hers on Tuesday. So I'm gonna be
Ooh.
bugging you, T, on Tuesday to see what you think. Or I'll give you till Wednesday. I'll bug you on Wednesday. Give you a little time to use it. Yeah, but I'm with you, Jake, because I often make advent calendars and my husband's he's so funny because I tell him this every year and he tells me, "You tell me this every year." But after I'm done making them, I always go to him like, "Oh, that actually went by faster than I thought." And when I'm starting though, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is taking forever." He's like, "You have such short-term memory because by the time you're done, you're gonna all of a sudden think that the time went fast. But when you're in the middle of it, it feels slow. But when you're done, it feels like it went fast. It's strange."
Well, I get that. I mean, like, I think I told you this before, but like one of the first things I did craft wise was doing needlepoint with my grandmother, and like she would make ornaments and for her church and everything, and it's sort of like she could just like crank them out while watching TV, and it's sort of you're always sort of. It seems like that too seems like very slow until you like saw how many she put together in like a week, and you're like, wow.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, Cece's gotta run for dinner, so she says It was fun as usual. Bye, everybody. Bye, Cece. Have a good dinner. Thanks for sharing. And oh, Don's suggestion is that you should do it and make it into a series. So, like step by step, maybe the first episode is like how to cut the pieces and then, just
Yeah,
kind
I
of
mean, I think it would be fun because, I mean, I like so. Oh, you may not know this, but every year at like the Wisconsin Historical Society, which is in my town, they will do a display of all the evergleam aluminum Christmas trees from like the 50s and the 60s,
Oh,
um,
cool.
which are like both. How can I put this nicely? They're both extremely tacky, but also really cool. Like the ones where they try to make them look like trees are kind of unsuccessful, but like the ones where they just look like metal are pretty neat. So, but I was thinking, like, I have way too much foil cardstock, and I was like, the foil cardstock isn't a pain to work with because it's not fully reflective. Like, it reflects light, but like it's almost like the surface is scuffed up, kind of. So, like, you don't notice if you do glue mistakes. And I was like, that would be really cool to make like those retro tree scrappy tail mini ornaments out of. So I kind of want to do that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And then like
Oh, that's
it's not, I don't think it's hard. It's just like heavily repetitive. But I mean, I
yeah.
could see how it would be a lot more fun to watch on a video series than like I don't know. I feel like I love Sabrina's dies a lot, but I do feel like I mean those and like the KB Riley dies. It's like if you haven't watched a video on how to do them, I feel like they feel kind of intimidating. So I kind of want to play with some of that stuff just because it's sort of like well, it's fun to do more I don't know more ambitious projects because I feel like so much of the paper crafting stuff it's like once you break it down, it's not as crazy as you think it is when you're sort of looking at it initially.
Yeah, I agree with that 100% because I think a lot of times the the mechanism, especially the Karen Bernstein ones, like when you see the card and how things are moving, it all seems very mysterious. And if you don't watch the video, I think it's still a little bit mysterious to just know like how the dies work together. But once you've seen her do it once, then it sort of kind of clicks into place. Um, Especially if you're following along as you're watching, because once you've done it once, I feel like it gets easier to do it the
Yeah, I
next
think it's
time.
just start to like explain how things go together in 3D, right? Because it's sort of
Yeah,
like take
yeah.
the L thing and fold it 15 times, and it's but but I
Yeah,
agree. I think once you see it, it's not as crazy.
yeah, for sure. So there's a lot of discussion about a glass magnetic board. So
Oh, the Glassboard Studio ones.
I'm not familiar with this. What is this? Yeah, the
So
Glassboard Studio.
it's a glass mat, kind of like the Tim Holtz one, except
Uh-huh.
there's metal on the bottom so that it's magnetic. So kind of like the make art stations, you can use magnets on top to hold your stuff down. Um,
Okay.
and like all glass mats, right? It's very forgiving, right? Like it's easy to get product off of them, so you can sort of work directly on them.
Oh, interesting.
And they
But
actually have they sell their standard one, but they also sell like a variant of the month, but then you can also, get custom graphics on them. So like Craft Roulette's been giving them away this month.
oh, wow. Fancy. But doesn't the glass yeah, because T said that the black works better for recording video, but I wouldn't the glass reflect a lot of light? I feel like
Yeah, I guess after they got one, there were some posts on Craft Roulette's patron page of like the big studio light redo they did so they could like film and have it look not crazy. Because normally what happens is if you, I mean, even on the glass, I mean, the reason I use a cutting mat most of the time is like then I don't have to worry about it reflecting where like the glass mat underneath it will
right.
reflect a lot. If you have a light directly on it, it's still going to sort of have a lot of glare, which is like kind of icky to look at.
Yeah, so I've got the mini. This is like I
Yep.
think the traveler one, and look at that glare. You can see
Yeah.
my camera overhead, the reflection. So I got this for that reason that you said. Oops, oops. Let's not break it, Lynn. Because cleanup is going to be easy.
Mm-hmm.
But and then you can also, if you really needed, you could cut on it. I don't prefer to cut on a glass mat, but
I mean,
you
in theory, you
can.
could use a razor blade to get something really gnarly off of it too. I mean,
Yeah, so it just seemed like a good purchase at the time until I sat down to record a video and I was like, oh my.
yeah, I think
I
their approach was like they basically mounted they mounted soft boxes on top of it while like on the ceiling, but they pointed them away from the mat, so basically like you'd have a reflected light, so it was more like natural light. But yeah, I don't know.
yeah, I
They
have
look cool, but also look like it would be a real pain to figure out how to do the lighting.
yeah, because I don't have light direct overhead. I actually have two umbrella lights
Oh, okay.
like on both sides like this off camera. So, but it was still you could still see the reflection. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how other crafters do it because I see them using the Tim Holtz one too. And I'm like, "What is your lighting setup?" Because I would love to know. Um, okay, so I don't know if anyone else crafted with us today, but if you did, let me know in the comments. I'll also pop over to Facebook and give a quick refresh just to see if anyone has posted. But while I do that, Jay, do you want to show the I can't believe you made 3 cards. That's so
This is why
amazing.
ephemera is great. Like, it makes card making so easy. Like, because someone asked me, I think this was one of my live, like, like, I forget, it might have been alive. I don't know. I think it might have been or it was either that or in the comment section. I was like, why do you even buy ephemera? Like, you have all the things, like, you color. I mean, why would you need it? And it's like, well, it saves so much time. And, and I love
Yeah.
coloring, but if I were to have to color one of these images, I would still be coloring it. But anyway, this was the first one, and this was using the gray tissue paper on top and the stamping technique on top of the spooky.
Yeah.
And then
I love that.
I used a little bit of stickles on it too to just sort of give it a
Oh, is that what the shine is from? Oh, that's so
yeah.
cool. Because I can see it when you tilt it. Yeah, that's awesome. The, you know what I like? I like that because that panel of, pattern paper, that was a full panel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you
I'm
wouldn't know
impressed.
it's pattern paper looking at it, but it's like it really works.
Yeah, but I love that you're not afraid to cover it up. Because I would be so afraid to, like, cover it up.
Well, I kind of was, and then I think it was either Jamie or Teresa, or I think it was one of them was did a technique where they were like inked all over it. I think they like ink blended on top of one of them to sort of do dimensional, make a more dimensional background, right? Because you could take, well, like this one, right? Like you can take the glitter paper, but then you can add other color on top of it. Um, and then this is also the tissue paper, and this is a sentiment from the pack.
Yeah,
And I
and
used the
that's
little stickles to sort of make the curtains look sparkly.
ooh, fancy. Yeah, and that was fancy tissue paper too.
It
Right, because
was,
it
yeah.
had that
Well, it was
pattern, right?
like, I was thinking like, well, this looks like, I don't know, I don't know, it looked very like 70s, well, like the faux nice draperies that they had in the 70s. I don't know. I was like, if this was my grandparents' house, they would have like put gold on top of it for no reason.
Before you show your 3rd one though, um, T says, "I'll be fussy cutting the white away." Really? From die cuts that are already cut, you would go back in and fussy cut away the white?
I kind of
Eeks,
get
my
it.
friend.
Like if you don't like that look, right?
Yeah, but It's so but it's already done. Yeah, T says yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Oh my gosh, my friend, you are hardcore.
You could
Um,
probably also like in this case, if you could probably over ink them with like some purple or something if you wanted to make it less white. But I don't know. I kind of like in cards generally. I just kind of like the handmadeness of like a white border.
yeah, where was your sentiment from? I missed that.
It's from the ephemera pack. Spooky Witches. There's
Oh,
a few of these.
okay. That's cool that it comes with sentiments too. That's awesome. And T
But
says,
I mean, I use these as well on the other card. But you know,
yeah, the stamps that just released. Yeah, T says, I am
because I don't have enough stamps, right? Like I clearly don't have enough Halloween stuff, even though I have a lot of
well,
Halloween stuff. But
never have enough stamps. There's no such thing. T says
no,
that she's a
no.
pro fussy cutter. Yeah, you must be, 'cause I wouldn't do it. Cordelia's with me. What
I don't
about
know if
you,
it would
Jay?
be that.
Are you big into
Uh,
fussy cutting?
no, I hate it. That's why I have a scan and cut.
Yeah.
Like the stuff
Yeah,
I
that's
fussy cut always doesn't look quite as nice as I would like it to. But I don't know. It might also be one of those things. If you practiced enough, you'd get really good at it.
oh, I'm sure, but it's just so much work, especially when it's already cut. Elisa says, "I don't like the white, but would rather use a marker around the edge." Oh, that's a good
That's a
point.
good idea.
Oh, I like that. Turn
Well, and
it
then
into
like once you have it wherever you want it, right? Like you could make it sort of match the moon or the purple in this case, and then would really blend in.
Oh, yeah, 'cause it doesn't have to be black. I immediately thought black, but yeah, you could ink it whatever
You could do
color.
that. I mean, like I feel like I would probably try and match it to the background. I mean, here it doesn't matter because the background is gray, but you know,
Yeah. Yeah, Lisa says, "My hubby hates the white borders too. He always tells me to add color around the edge." Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And Teach says it does take practice, lots of it to to get good at it. Practice, and I think you have to have the right pair of scissors too, which normally, like, I feel is generally the case, but I feel especially so with scissors because there is such a big difference between scissors that are, like, meant for fussy cutting because they are just sharp to no end and give you, like, a lot of control, and they're not all made equal. They're, I definitely enjoy fussy cutting more with certain scissors than others. So, T says she likes the cutter beads one. That's
yeah. Whenever I
funnily
use them,
enough,
I
the
use these guys if I have to do it, just because they're spring loaded, so that's less hand
oh,
work.
is that Fiskars?
Yeah, these are the Fiskars ones.
It's so funny because oh, you good fussy cutters, 'cause Meg says cutter bees too. That's the only pair
Yeah, I've
I
heard they're
don't have.
great.
I've got the Tim Holtz, micro serrated. I've got the Fiskars, what do they call it? Micro snips or something like that. And then the Spellbinders one, is so far my favorite. But the cutter bees, that's okay, it's good to know because I think, Barry loves fussy cutting, and I think Cutterbee is his maybe that's pair of scissors is what makes all the difference in the world. Yeah,
Could
that's
be.
good to know.
And practice. I mean,
Yeah.
but I feel like you could also like it wouldn't be hard to stamp out a lot of stuff and on not great paper that you didn't like, and then
Oh, that's a
practice
good
cut
point.
it. Like practice fussy cutting. 50 of the same thing, and you'd probably get pretty good at a certain point, or
Yeah.
lose your mind one or the other.
Ooh, I like this, cheaper. Oh, okay, here we go. I love when we get tips like these. Okay, so T says, "Buy the 4-pack designated as, herb cutting scissors because they are the exact same scissors, but 3 times cheaper." I
Wow.
love that tip. I'm gonna look for it. Yeah. Oh, Meg agrees. I just got herb cutters. They work great and are much cheaper. Okay, I'm looking for it. Um, oh man, everybody's got the cutter bee. Okay, you all. I'm gonna give it a go, especially since T gave me a cheaper alternative. So,
Yeah, I guess I'll have to put them on my crafty tool list.
yeah. Jay, if I get the 3-pack or 4-pack or whatever, I'll send you one.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, I'm
I'm
sorry
sure
I interrupted your
like Barry will be more than happy to like run a fussy cutting challenge some month for you.
Oh my gosh. We should do that on a live stream. Just like stamp out a bunch of stuff and do like a fussy cutting race.
And have first aid kits standing by.
Yeah, I know, right? I was like thinking on it now. Maybe not. That's just asking for trouble. Um okay, so I'm sorry because you were in the midst of showing us your third card.
Oh yeah, and
So
the third card is I had to make a cute one because I had cute paper. And
Aw.
and then Brian was like, "You're not really doing much upcycling," and I was like, you're right." So I grabbed some of this coral cardstock that I never use coral for anything, but I then realized that it's like this linen paper that's like textured on one side. So when I'm off camera, wow, that's not great. So when I stamped it, gives a really nice sort of like rustic fall look because it doesn't stamp entirely correct, like perfectly. You really see the
Oh.
paper texture.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I tore it up with the decal edge ruler, which worked fantastically.
Yeah.
I really like
That's
this thing. I bought it for tissue paper, but now that I know you can use it to cut straight lines um, with an actual, X-Acto, like I like it about 100 times more.
yeah. Yeah, it's very I'm always for like a good multi-purpose tool, and I have never seen that before.
Yeah, it's
Um,
pretty nice. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, it was like a couple bucks. It was super cheap. Um,
yeah.
and then I did the thing I never do, and I decorated the inside of this a little bit.
Oh,
Because I had
nice.
a scrap of paper and I was like, "Oh, I can do." I don't know. I always get so like motivated to do that every time I watch like Teresa videos, and it's like, here's the inside. It's almost as decorated as the cover, and I don't know. It is kind of I think it's a cute idea too to like bring the pattern paper on. Like if you use pattern paper as your main like cover front element, like bringing it inside is kind of neat. Anyway, those are the three I
Yeah.
did. Although it's kind of funny because the two witch cards look very much not like cards I normally make. So, it's always fun when that happens.
Yeah, well, it's fun, I think, like you said, just to just have a bit of a play and experiment and like you
Yeah.
were saying before we started, Halloween's great to do that experimentation with. Because I think it was Don who said was it Don? Who said in a different stream that like if it's a little messy, if it's a little grungy, then that's okay because it's Halloween.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So very awesome. Love all of your cards and uh so I'll go ahead and throw myself in the big screen. So mine's not 100% done, but so I made this for my friend who's visiting and who would like to gift to his dog sitter a photo of because their dogs are siblings.
Oh,
So
cool.
yeah, so whenever my friend goes out of town, he and his wife will drop their dog off at another friend who has the sibling. I think it's the brother of their of their dog. So their actual, brother sister um from the same dog parents. And so he's got a photo of I think it's his dog and her actual brother, and then I think he said it was her niece. So it's like 3 dogs that are part of the same family. And so he wanted to just give a photo because I guess it's a photo that his friend doesn't have of all 3 dogs. And I was like, "Oh, well, I can print the photo for you for sure, and, I can make a little something so you can kinda present it." So this is what because I was gonna do something totally different with the stream. I was gonna use this bag, which was originally, like, a cheap kind of gift bag, and I, was gonna upcycle it to actually, my original plan was to upcycle that big bag and turn it into decoration for as many mini bags as I could manage.
Oh, that's clever.
And yeah, I was gonna turn the one big bag and have it make some baby bags, which I might still have enough pattern paper left to do. So that still might happen. But that was plan one until this morning I was talking to my friend and since he has something, this is what I love about being a paper crafter and just doing DIY kind of gifts because instead of him just giving like a photo, now he has like a thank you card that he can write and something to present the photo in, and they can still take the photo out. So so they can still appreciate the photo and put it wherever they want to put it. But if they wanted to keep it in the card, they could. And it gave me a chance to use my new punch, which
That's a very cool tool. No,
yeah,
and I
I
don't know. I always feel like the coolest part about being a paper crafter is you can make a card for literally anything anyone can think about, which is so
yeah.
hard to find commercially.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, if I had the, because I already, right before the stream started, I kinda shuffled through and found my thank you sentiment, but you're right,
Oh,
because
nice.
we could make, with stamps and alphabet dies and whatnot, we could totally, like, very customized for anybody, any occasion. If I knew their name, I coulda put their name on it or their dog's name or something. So um, but I gotta say, this was not that expensive, and I'm already loving it. If you're a mini album maker, get this.
Yeah, no, I that's what I thought of. I was thinking of like that would be great for photo mats.
Yeah, because you would just need to like, that's exactly what I did, where I just kind of, figure out what size photo and then just cut it a little bit larger, and then you just punch the 4 corners. And because when I make mini albums to give as gifts, I do like to make them in such a way that, the recipient can just, slide a photo in, and if they
Oh, that's
don't
awesome.
have, like, all the things, like special adhesive that's, archival safe and all that, because you could just tuck it in like that, even if this mat was glued down,
Mhm.
and you don't have to necessarily weave it, because I was weaving it, like that. But you could just tuck it into both, and I think that would still look, you know, pretty good too. So so I love, I love this bunch. My first time using it. I love an excuse to use the things that I buy, and, and then I just made this for Jay to see the the custom envelope. So we said it was for a 4 by 6, which, I can demonstrate with my handy template how it fits perfectly. You have like a little extra room, so if your card had some thickness to it, it could be like a little bit bulky and still you'd still be able to close it. So that was
I'm
my
kind of
project.
excited to try out my board to make envelopes because I love the idea of making. I love those cute little like using those cute little mini envelopes as like an element on cards or.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's cool. Which one did you get? Did you get
I have the same one
the
you do. I have the works.
Oh, you have the works. Oh, okay, good. Yay.
I've
Yeah.
debated buying the actual just the board that just makes envelopes because I feel like it would be less losable. Where I feel like the works, if you ever lose that like magnetic template, it's like, oh, now all these things don't work anymore. But.
Yeah. It's helpful to your point because with the works, it's like I use it all the time in my crafting for just the scoring and the cutting alone,
Hmm.
and it's always at hand. So, like, on the few occasions where I need to make a custom envelope, I don't have to go find because I have if you are gonna get a specific envelope maker, the We Are Memory Keepers 123 board is really good.
Oh, I've
Um,
seen that. 'Cause that makes
yeah, cause
boxes and stuff too, right?
yeah, yeah, it's like a 3-in-1. You could do the bows, the boxes, and the envelope, but more importantly, it's got an arm that swings out that lets you score on a longer track,
Oh, nice.
which the original didn't have. And so if somebody was inclined to get like a specific tool because they don't need another scoring tool or another cutting tool, but they do want an envelope maker tool, I would definitely recommend that one.
Well, I
Um,
love the works for the tag making too, just because it's like
mhm.
it's a lot harder to screw up the not having symmetrical cuts on your tags and then like getting OCD about that.
Yeah, that's true. And I would be the type to get OCD. Okay, so last question from Cynthia. The works has weird dimensions for the envelopes. Oh, what do you mean by weird? Because I just made one. It works okay. It worked okay for mine. Um that I mean, the thing is that they have some preset dimensions, but you can always figure out if you really needed to make something custom that's not oh, this is interesting. Cynthia says the 123 board does not have the true dimensions for A2. Oh, I did not know that. Yeah, interesting. Um, Elisa just got the We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch. Um, oh, I think is that the one? I think I have that too. I have a lot of We Are Memory Keepers. I think that's the one. That's the closure, right? With the two half circles, I think. Yeah. There's so many. I'm a gadgets girl. I gotta admit, I like crafty gadgets. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope that you'll take a look around your house and see if there's something that you can maybe repurpose and upcycle into something new and give it some new life instead of having it just go into recycling. And thanks again, Jay, for joining me. If is there anything coming up, Jay, that you want to kind of give us a little heads up about, or something we can be on the lookout for that will be hitting your channel?
So tomorrow night at 6 Central or 4 p.m. PST, I'm going to continue doing my Adventure in August streams. So if you're interested in making adventure cards, check that out. And also, there's a challenge over in the Crafty Fun group if you're interested.
Yes, and do you want to tell us a little bit about the prizes that folks can win if they do play along with the adventure challenge that's in the
Yeah,
Facebook
so I
group?
am going to give away to folks in the US a card kit from Stampin' Up that's the For the Guys card kit, even though it doesn't necessarily for the guys, but it's essentially very outdoorsy themed. And it's one of their all inclusive card kits, which I think are nice, especially if you're going to give it to someone who doesn't make cards a lot, because like they come with a mini acrylic block and mini stamp set and like a little ink cube and stuff. So, like, basically, it's like an all in one.
Nice. And how many cards can it make, that kit?
I want to say 12, something like that.
Oh, a
There
lot.
are Yeah, I think it's kind of like I think it's about the same size as the paper pumpkin, so it's sort of like I think they make about 12 cards.
Okay. Awesome. Very
Maybe it's
cool.
10. Anyway, they're basically I think there's two primary designs in the kit, and then you can make a bunch of those.
Oh, fantastic. So thank you for one, organizing and promoting this really fun challenge. And Jay's got a very like loose up to you interpretation of adventure, because adventure can mean a variety of things to everybody. So whatever you find in adventure, do craft it, share it to my Facebook group. There's a link to it. It's Crafty Fun with Friends of LV Handcrafted, and We are a private group, so if you are not already a member, you can join. Be sure to look for where to accept the rules. It's definitely something we look for as we bring and welcome new members into our community. And it's just a fun space to share inspiration and share your makes. So really love seeing everybody's projects when they get shared there. So
Yeah.
thanks for doing that,
It,
Jay.
oh, sure. And it's craft roulette rules. If you can justify why it's an adventure, it counts as one. So, like, I think the thing that's been coolest so far is like obviously my take has tended to be sort of more outdoorsy things, but like there've just been some real, I can't even remember all of them, but there've been some really cool interpretations of the theme. So, like, if you have a off the wall interpretation of the theme, like, definitely do that because I think that's kind of the funnest part of the challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. I've liked that too, just to just sort of see everybody's interpretation of I think was it Cece or was it Cindy who said just like life and old age is an adventure, which
I'm
I
not sure,
love.
but I thought that was like a really cool. I thought that was a really cool idea. And I kind of
Yeah.
like, I don't know, like, I mean, or just, I mean, being in any new phase of life is an adventure.
Yeah.
And there was a really
Yeah,
cool
well
like
said.
race car card and a few others that come to mind. Oh, there were a bunch of really cool gnome cards if you're a gnome fan.
Oh, I am a gnome fan for sure. Love it. And then thanks, Brian. Brian's in the chat and things to look forward to from Brian's channel. He does have a Scrappy Tales video coming to his channel on the 18th. So definitely pop on over to Brian's channel and give that a little look see. There's a link to Brian's channel. He is BD's Craftsmore, I think pretty much on all the socials as well, but there's a link to Brian's channel on YouTube if anyone watching, whether live or on replay, who isn't already a subscriber. So definitely check that out. And Don says, I'll have to go look deeper into the challenge. Yeah, there's an album in the group and really it's just, craft with whatever you feel inspired when you think of adventure. And I'll be offering a prize too. I just don't know what that would be just yet. So it would be stamps and dies, but I don't know I haven't actually picked them out just yet. So, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, so lots of opportunities to win. And oh, Cindy, welcome, my friend. We're just wrapping up. Cindy says, "Hi, everyone. Hello." All right. Well, thanks so much. Catch Jay's channel. Jay, can you remind us again what time you're streaming tomorrow?
Yep, 6 p.m. Central or 4 p.m. Pacific
Okay,
or
wonderful.
7
Thank
p.m.
you.
Eastern. You know, I think
Yeah, thanks
YouTube
for
will just tell you what the right time is for you, actually. But
yeah.
then,
Yeah, a good way to know is if you go to Jay's channel and not only subscribe but hit the notification bell. And for upcoming live streams, you can click the remind me or notify me button. And that way you'll actually get a little notification to your phone when Jay is about to go live. And that way it's easy to be reminded. So it's awesome. Thank you for supporting the Crafty Fun group as a moderator and to do this really fun live stream series that you've been doing all month long so far. It's really awesome. I usually have to catch it on replay because Sunday I like a little downtime, but I'll try
oh
to.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's been so fun because it's like it's getting back into. I think it's really fun. Like, even now that I have most of the things I would want, it's like it's interesting to approach it with like a beginner's mind and say like, well, what if I don't really want to go out and like buy a whole ink collection? You know, I think those are kind of
yeah,
interesting idea. I mean, I think it's just an interesting thought process.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And I think it's actually fun to see you craft on the fly too, because it just shows everybody, like you said, that thought process of what you could be doing, and to have all of those different ideas and see how your card evolves. I think your last stream that I caught, I was watching while I was giving my dog a haircut.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm impressed you
Um,
can like do that yourself.
it's so expensive otherwise. So it's like 4 stamp sets, to put it into Lisa's terms. So I'd rather it's okay if it doesn't look super even. I'd rather buy 4 stamp sets.
Yeah, me
All
too.
right. Well, thank you everybody for joining, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and hopefully I'll see some of you tomorrow during Jay's live stream. Thanks again, everybody. Bye.
Bye.